All right, so we're getting to see picks and bans live for once, and we don't usually get to see this. So Murray State is going to be in the blue, and the Hybrid Wolves will be in red tonight. Murray State's first ban is coming up. I did not get a chance to look at the roster for the Hybrid Wolves, so I don't know. They're banning Caitlin. Scrawl says no Caitlin. I'm good.
Oh, he doesn't
He doesn't need Caitlin.
feel like he needs that Caitlyn. I wonder if that's a decision because he's decided there's something else he wants to play more, or if they decide that Caitlyn wasn't good enough in the new team fight oriented comps that they want to start drafting.
I think that's what it is. Caitlin
Okay.
doesn't quite fit in the comps that they're working on now.
Okay. I've missed out, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks.
Gosh.
So
KG has a reputation. Nautilus is not allowed. No team has let us play Nautilus yet this season. And there's a Kaisa ban, pretty reasonable ban, another strong ADC
very
champ.
strong ADC.
And if you can't lock her down, she will just tear you up. So Murray State just saying
the real advantage of
early.
Kaisa, the reason she's so strong is she does AD damage with all of her abilities except for her W and her plasma proc. And basically what that is if she hits you 4 times, she will do AD damage, and then on the 4th time she will do AP, which is magic damage. And so if you face her, you have to build both armor and magic resist, which is difficult to do because you have to sacrifice armor items in favor of magic resist.
Crazy. So Olaf ban coming from Hybrid Wolves. They don't want that jungler. Very reasonable ban. He's extremely powerful in the jungle right now, especially with the buffs that just came out. Renekton ban, so no top lane Renekton. I don't believe it was going to show up in the mid lane or anything like that.
Nope, Renekton mid lane. It kind of had its days, and then I haven't seen it again recently. Vladimir
ban. They're stopping Pizzeria. Pizzeria did really well with Vladimir last week.
He did.
So
Vladimir is one of the strongest late and team fighting champions in the game. You don't do much early game, but once you get 2 or 3 items, Vladimir is essentially unstoppable.
Right. He's a great pick if you feel like your other lanes don't need you.
Exactly. Yeah, he doesn't do much but farm.
And then you go, the
we
Jinx.
Got the Jinx coming in from Scraw.
The Jinx pick. I'm excited to be this. I really hope they aren't going with the composition they discussed in the room before the match started. I don't want just gun champs.
Was it? Oh. I
realized they could go Jinx bot, support Senna, Graves in the jungle, Lucian in the top lane, and then I really don't know who you're gun.
Aphelios mid.
Aphelios mid, or you could put Lucian mid and Urgot top.
And Urgot top, that's
There's
true.
Your gun
Blackwing
champs.
Does have a pretty strong Lucian mid. So we got the Leona pick coming.
Leona pick. I'm still expecting a Misfortune, and I have not gotten it yet. When the Leona gets picked, I'm always expecting the Misfortune combo.
That's true. I believe it was both Leona and Misfortune that were nerfed, and Senna was also nerfed last patch. Senna ADC took a pretty hard hit because they did not want her playing the ADC role. She could get 40% crit without a single crit item, which is incredibly powerful for the amount of damage she would do.
Sure.
So they nerfed that essentially into the ground, and while she's still strong, you have to build her more like a normal ADC, which is what they want. You can't bypass crit and build pure damage and then just happen to get crit just because it's Senna. Senna things getting crit.
It was an insane nerf. It's gone from a 90-something% to a 1% nerf for summoning the stoles off of a certain mob.
Yes.
So that has really lowered her power.
And then on the cannon minions, they nerfed it down to a 1.67% from 100%, which is
there's the emote that got unlocked by the 3 subs and 200 bits. Thank you guys very much. Oriana pick coming out, guaranteed that's going to Blackwing in the mid lane.
And I'm actually really excited to see this because of you were hyping
all
it up before.
All the hype.
And I stuttered because I saw the Kha'Zix pick coming out. And I don't think I've seen Easy Fox play Kha'Zix before.
I have not either. That I can recall. It's mostly been Jarvan or Xin Zhao.
Okay.
I can't recall a Kha'Zix. I hear them talking in the league chat client, and I don't want to go away. Ornn Band, they are locking out Pizzeria from his pocket pick. Well, not a ban, sorry. Hybrid Wolves picked Ornn. So I'm not sure who's left for Pizzeria at this point. I'm a little concerned.
I'm also trying to choo-choo in the chat, but I cannot figure out how to use the little train emoji.
I don't either. Yep.
So I used a sub-only emoji on accident.
Now, why would Hybrid Wolves ban Sejuani now?
Sejuani just received a buff, I believe.
But we've already picked the jungler.
That is correct.
Now that's a good ban from Murray State, locking out the Warwick, who I believe is very strong.
Yes.
Because I'm a Warwick one trick, and Warwick can do no wrong.
Now that you mentioned, I don't know why they would. There's nowhere else Kha'Zix would go.
Could you
So
put Sejuani on top? I don't think that's a good pick.
you
There's not a
could.
lot of damage. There's some CC there, and there's some tankiness. But you'd probably want to go with something else that's much more late scale.
Exactly, yeah, and I wouldn't think Ornn would struggle against a Sejuani
Oh, would not at
particularly
all.
much.
And there's a Gragas ban.
Another jungle ban.
Another
Gragas
jungle.
mid does happen, but we've already got the Orianna.
Is this cockiness
So-
from the Hybrid Wolves? Do they feel like, you know what, we'll just ban some more junglers because we got this?
It's distinctly possible that they are so sure they're gonna win.
They feel very confident, perhaps.
I mean,
People are talking.
they got the free
wait a minute.
win.
I don't want to click it because I'll lose it. Mundo ban. That's another jungle lockout. Really, Hybrid Wolves are hurting themselves by banning a bunch of junglers.
That's true because now Murray's got just an open roster
Yeah.
of champions where they can pick. I know the Mundo ban can also be, flexed jungle for Hyper Wolves. It could also be top if they want to send Ornn mid against Orianna.
Oh, that's right. Ornn mid is still sort of a thing, isn't it?
Against burst champions, he built so much tank that you can't burst someone with 10,000 HP.
Yeah, I mean, you saw I posted a clip recently. There's Shen pick. That's that's got to be their jungle. Not a big jungle move lately. Brostradamu used to run Shen in the jungle.
Shen in the jungle.
But
I am confused by
the mobility and the protection. It's almost
Okay.
like having an extra support in the jungle.
So is the
role.
objective of Shen jungle just to farm until you ult during a fight?
Pretty much. Talking. I don't know.
And
what all
now
that
I'm
is.
confused because Murray just locked in Zac,
Now
another jungler.
Zac can be played top though.
Okay.
Or we're in the wrong pro picks, and this is completely. We'll know in a minute because we will have to go into the game and watch all this again. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is a big troll move at this point, everyone. Let's go back to this.
My favorite game.
I got kicked somehow and was picking. My bad. Are they gonna do another one? It's J4. Shen is J4. Okay, so it is a glitch in the pro pick thing. We apologize for that. We will get back to the actual picks.
Whew, my job, I was just feeling incredibly incompetent for this new meta that I completely missed out on.
Extremely confused.
Picking 6 junglers in one game.
So we'll go back to this, so you guys don't have to see all this other nonsense. They're still waiting for 2 people to join the actual game. I don't want to type anything in here. If I didn't get booted, it would have been fine. But yeah, somebody got booted from the league client, which does tend to happen from time to time.
It does.
As much as Riot claims that they have put a big staff on making the client better,
they have not.
Issues do still arise. It's software. That's how it goes. So we'll see the real picks and bans in a moment, but they will be a lot faster. But it will be pretty much the same kind of conversation you just heard. They'll stick to certain things that make sense. Yeah, see, there's the Caitlyn ban. They'll stick to the picks that made sense until we start going, what's going on? Then we'll get into some actual picks.
At that point where we got very confused at what was happening. So the Caitlyn pick, obviously.
Caitlyn ban, Nautilus
Scraw
ban.
doesn't want it, doesn't want to play against it. Understandable. Nautilus, one of KGE 111's favorites. That one's gone too. Kai'Sa, extraordinarily strong ADC, should basically always be picked or banned.
Same with Olaf. Extremely strong character. He's
just run in and run him down.
Insta-ban.
That's it.
Renekton ban, that's more of a, they know what the other team plays. Renekton's not overly strong. He can be a strong character, but he's not overly strong.
Yeah.
And there's the Vladimir ban, and now we're getting into the real picks.
It's got that strong early game, but Renekton tends to suffer pretty hard, usually around late game if he doesn't.
Really falls off late game.
Snowball.
So the Jinx, the Ornn.
Pretty much what we were expecting.
Yep.
Skrull loves his Jinx. He's quite good on the Jinx.
There's a pick that makes sense.
I'm
That's
very
the
surprised
Jarvan.
they let
that
the Jinx
must have been why Easy Fox did not get the Jarvan first.
Okay, because they picked the Jarvan
But
away.
is he staying Kha'Zix? Okay, he's going Zac.
He's going Zac, which I actually like because if Jinx does not get a shutdown, which means if she's not involved in a kill, she doesn't get her speed boost.
Right.
So Zach can basically keep Jinx alive, and as soon as she gets one speed boost, then
The team gets
she's
knocked.
off like a rocket.
Yep.
Pun intended.
Orianna versus Cassiopeia in the mid lane. I see that kind of going towards Orianna. She's
I
got the
do as
range.
well.
She's got the range
Yep.
on Cassiopeia. Plus, she can wear boots.
And that's true. Snakes can't wear boots. But blobs such as Zach
He
apparently
can blob into the
can
boots.
somehow blob
You
into the
watched
boots.
Deep Space Nine, right?
I have not.
The security officer on that was actually a shape-shifting character, and he
Spoilers.
slept in a bucket. Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers
The show's been offline since like he's been out of elementary school. Warwick band, Sejuani, and Gragas band. They're staying with those for some reason.
What about Yumi? A flying cat needs boots?
Cats love boots. A flying cat that lives in a book, right?
That's
or at least
true.
flies on a book.
Or at least flies on a book. I think it's the book that's magical.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they just both teams sort of just gave up their last couple of bands. They're just like, jungle.
They just thought have a grand old time.
There's the Senate. We know Leona is going to be showing up for the Hybrid Wolves. There's the Gnar top lane. And interesting coming out of KG, a Braum support.
Interesting.
I'm not sure I've ever seen him play Braum.
Braum is very popular in pro play, but has the lowest win rate, I believe, of any Champion League right now.
Probably not. Braum isn't great solo queue.
Yeah.
You've really got to coordinate with your team.
He's very good at keeping someone alive, but usually in solo queue, your objective is more to do a lot of damage.
Right.
Traditional supports suffer in solo queue because if your team isn't doing well and you're a Braum with no damage, what do you do? The best engage in the world will not do any damage because that's who you are.
Right. Yeah. I mean, his ultimate is pretty much
Johnny
a
Rain
giant
Cloud.
shield for a few seconds, and
that's Tarek. Braum smashes the ground.
Oh, that's right. He has that little knockup.
It's kind of like Nami's ult, actually.
Which ability of his does he actually pull out a shield and take a lot less damage for a few seconds?
His W?
He can't turn in the other direction.
Yeah, that's correct. He can dash 2 players. His Q does a little ground pound thing where a ram's head, I guess, comes out, depending on what.
Essentially, if you're not duoing with your ADC,
exactly, yeah,
they don't know when you're going to be doing those abilities. It's really confusing.
But he's outstanding at keeping people alive.
Yep.
And he can block global ultimates. I don't know if he can block Senna's ultimate. I know he can block Ezreal's ultimate, and he can maybe block Yasuo's tornado. But I don't know if he can block Senna ultimate, and I'd be curious to find out.
Obviously, he can't block like Karthus ult?
I do not believe so, no.
Even though it is a global
be able to
ult.
reduce the damage, though.
Okay. Now, does he interject on characters to absorb their damage? Is that what he kind of does? He travels to them and then absorbs it? Okay.
Yeah, and then his shield takes a certain amount. And,
the brunt.
And Braum's pretty tanky as well, as you can tell from his character animation.
He loves
a big old boy.
Portals? Porgles? What are those little things called? The little white creatures that you feed in ARAM.
Oh, I don't know.
He carries those around in a lot of his splash. Art.
I only
They're
know
not
those
Yordles.
Exist.
Yordles are the
Yordles. Yordles have rights. So,
let's keep it clean.
So Gamer Fuel.
We said the full name, so we can just say Gamer Fuel now. And we're not ripping on our sponsor. We thank them very much for sending us a ton of Gamer Fuel.
A lot of good goodies
to use during our events on campus, and we take it. Thank you guys very much. We will be rolling into this match in 1:30, so I will turn up the music for just a few seconds so that we can get a little breather. So we're about ready for my favorite matchup of the evening, the skin game.
Oh yes, who has better
Who
skins?
has better skins? Now, I feel like maybe the Upsurge teams are at a slight disadvantage because they probably don't have League unlocked, whereas we have access to quite a few extra skins.
That is true. We have
So we will
ours
see.
on the IP address.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, as you can see, they are all baseline except for Leona and Jarvan. So yeah, Murray State instant win. Come on, Easy Fox.
and Easy Fox decided not to go with a skin.
He really doesn't. He's just trying to go away. I'm streaming that to my friend. I can't even make it go away. Can you cancel? What is this doing up here? What have I done? Oh yeah.
So what's your job on campus, Sean?
Not Twitch streamer. How about we just describe it like that?
We'll leave it there. That's what
Not-
his resume says, by the way.
Not
That's
Twitch streamer.
size 80 font. It just says not Twitch streaming.
As much as I wish it did.
Followed by his kick.
A kick. All right, we are loading into this match now. Where is the? Right there.
So the very first match, or games, I guess, we lost pretty badly, unfortunately. And then you were saying that a big turnaround was Blackwing 4032, positioning better with Orianna, which is a pretty small thing, but with pretty big consequences of being able to, win team fights better, especially on an Orianna. One good ult can change everything.
Correct.
What are you looking for this game based on having seen Murray kind of at its worst right at the beginning and then at its best recently 2-0ing teams in just absolute routes?
Oh, I
What are
want
you
to
looking
see.
for this game?
I want to see Zach dive in that bot lane every
Okay.
chance he gets. Like you said, the lockdown. If they can get that Jinx fed, it's ridiculous. We're gonna see an early invade here from Murray State
5-man
University.
invade. Come on, Murray. Show us some action. And I don't think they know they're standing.
None of them
standing on a
know
ward
that
right
ward
there.
is there.
They got it and they're all sneaky like and they didn't realize. That's actually really good for the Hyperwolves to have that ward right there without Murray knowing, because Murray could react appropriately and kind of avoid vision, but in this case they know they're starting that side and you can see where Jarvan is. Jarvan's going to start up there, and then I would bet he's going to, after taking his buffs, he's just going to immediately invade. Maybe with a quick stop for a gank top if he feels like he can
He's
do
feeling frisky.
it.
Jarvan not known for his friskiness. Much calmer, reserved champion to say the least.
In Demacia, they're big on.
They
not
are
being
really
frisky.
big old bummers in Demacia.
I don't know if they feed them raw meat, but they are. Darius, Garen,
Lux,
J4,
Snoresville.
and then I guess Silas is sort of from that same world.
But he's the cool one they kicked out.
That's true.
Because they're like, no magic.
But he's
except
also
Lux.
big as heck.
Yeah. Galio.
And Galio
Also
is
a Demacian.
100
region.
feet tall or
Yeah,
something.
he's massive.
He's huge. You would never guess it from watching the game.
Right. So we're in this match. We're in the laning phase right now. We're going to talk about a couple of basic, simplistic stuff. A large part of the start of this game is what's known as laning phase. So the idea is that the mid lane, the bot lane, and the top lane all sort of go back and forth, killing these little minions to build gold and levels to have a fight worth fighting. Then the jungle runs to the jungle doing essentially the same thing.
So from a jungle perspective, also that was some really good damage by Skrull right there. Free trades in the early game will make all the difference, especially the higher elo you get, as people are pretty close. If you can attack them without them attacking you, you've got 10 or 12 HP advantage.
Right.
And if you can do that over and over, you will be able to kill them early. Again, I mean, look at Blackwing, just poking out that cast. No range, so why not go ahead and win those fights?
Yeah, and you're talking about knocking out summoner spells early or potions early.
Yep.
That all adds up. We got a fight going on in the top lane here.
Good, good.
It looks like Nar's going
I don't
in
think
hard on
Ornn
Ornn.
wins that.
As long as Nar stays under Berserk mode,
exactly,
Ornn does not win it. If he goes Berserk mode, Ornn can actually fight back. So here's
because he
what we
becomes
want.
melee.
Yeah,
exactly.
we want Pizzeria to stay back now. We do not want to go toe to toe.
And that. I would have loved to see Ornn go in right then, as soon as he's able to do more. instead of unfortunately taking a not so great trade for him. Ornn has really good regen though, so I suspect he'll be okay. And he's got that corrupting potion along with biscuits, so every 2 minutes he'll get 150 health and mana back.
Right. Yeah, having that corruption potion just means that Gnar really shouldn't get anywhere near him. That does a little bit of damage when you're being attacked onto the person attacking you when it's in range. I use that a lot on Scion. Scion top's all about absorbing damage, dying, and then killing the other person.
So Gnar chose to go Dorn's Blade, which gives you more attack and lifesteal, but doesn't give you any defense, which is interesting because that means he expects to be aggressive. Ornn going in really aggressive on this Gnar. Gnar jumping over minion. He has that special double jump if he hits a minion. Gets out. And is he going to recall? No, he's placing down vision to make sure he doesn't get ganked. If you look where Jarvan is in the enemy territory. Got some of that deep vision, so he will know when Easy Fox.
Yeah, Hybrid Wolves already putting in comparable deep vision. You'll notice Murray State has a ward down here and through the river. And so Hybrid Wolves have countered with this vision.
And that's some good vision from Murray State down near the bot lane because Jarvan can jump over that wall. So even if you have vision in that bush just to their left, seeing that river, Jarvan doesn't need to go into the river. He can just flag and drag, you call it. Drop your flag over the wall, jump to it, and then he can just gank easily.
Right.
Not a whole lot of jungle stuff going on, although Zach is up by 2 camps, which is worth noting.
That is worth noting. The CS lead is pretty important in the jungle right now. That gives him a level lead as well. He is 4 before Jarvan was 4. I'm really surprised, though, that a lot of these teams are not kind of following Season 10 suit as junglers and going for the level 3 ganks. A lot of them still power farm to 6.
Interesting. As a jungler, what do you think of? Oh, we see Jarvan and Zach both going towards the mid. Looks like Jarvan might be interested.
There might be a gank going on here in mid soon.
And Zach's here ready to counter gank. They must know Jarvan's there. Oh, Zach coming in. Jarvan's there too. We got a 2v2.
Great positioning.
And they choose to back off. I think Murray State actually could have gone a little harder for that. They did really well in not taking a lot of damage, and Cass will be forced to go back. Ornn going in deep on Gnar. Gnar getting a few autos, trying to make that trade worth it, and it looks like the trade was about even. He's got that pop in that ultimate going in. If he can knock him up, Gnar flashes. That was a beautiful flash right there. Still got the proc on it. Ornn's going to follow him, but will not be able to get him. Gnar living. He is down by 10 CS, but that is okay. He did not die and give up first blood, which is incredibly important. We see Easy Fox down in the bot lane. Looks like he's getting ready to go in for a spicy gank. Unfortunately, it looks like the wave is pushing, so if he's going to do it, he has to do it now. He's channeling. He's ready to go in. Will he go in? And it looks like he's going to be recalling just in case. That is an unfortunate, what you were talking about earlier, where the wave is not exactly where they want to be, but Scraw actually froze it really well. So it looks like they're going in deep. They're going in deep on the Senna. The Leona's there. We got a flash coming out. Senna's running away. We got the root going down. Brahm's got a shield out to guard him away. Easy Fox, unfortunately, has to run away. They do get some damage off. A lot of summoners were blown. We got flash and heal off of the Senna, and then we got heal off of the Jinx. So overall, that was actually worth. They got 2 summoners for 1 summoner, and wave should bounce back for Murray State unless they choose to stay there. It looks like they're going to stay and try and push all the way under tower, get a little vision.
Sure.
That was a high quality gank. They won it through summoners, 2 summoners to 1 summoner, and then they backed off. He can come back later knowing that Senna is an easy kill.
So for those that don't understand at home, summoner spells are these 2 little icons here, and when those abilities are on cooldown, they're on cooldown for quite a long time.
Yes.
And when a team does not have those available to them, that makes them much more ripe for attack, for ganks, and for moving your lane towards victory, basically.
So Flash, which is an instant teleport, is a 5-minute cooldown, and then a heal, I believe, is a 3.5-minute cooldown. Look at that chain damage right there where Braum hits his ability and then Jinx hits her ability right after it. It's pretty much a guaranteed hit when Braum hits. And it's just one of those small things. You just poke them down little by little.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of poke in on this Senna Leona lane, but it doesn't seem like it's a lot of damage yet.
Not yet, but Jinx will scale really well and get pretty strong.
All right. I'm surprised neither ADC has gone back yet, though no item power spike to be seen. Ornn, white stacked as far as items are concerned.
He is. He's got that Phage Gives him health, I believe. Is it just health? Or is it health and damage? And
So,
look, Ornn going in on the Gnar. Ornn popping his ultimate. Gnar's going to try and dodge that again. He doesn't have flash. Remember, he used the last fight. Ornn going in. He does have % damage. Gnar's got that corrupting potion, but he does go down to the Ornn first blood. And it looks like we got a flank gank down in the bot lane. Skra is a little bit caught out, but Brahm's trying to absorb as much damage as he can. Skra forced to flash away. He's trying to put out a little damage. I think they can actually turn this fight. Zach's got his passive up. If they can get the Leona, we got the flash, and Easy Fox does kill the Leona. We got the teleport coming down to the bot lane. Jarvan's there. They do take out the Zach. He's got his passive up, so it should be okay. Outstanding teleport from Pizzeria. Can they kill the Ornn? Beautiful. They take the Ornn down as well. If they can turn right now and get onto the Jarvan. Outstanding ultimate from Orianna. We got a dive coming in. Cass is right there, so they do get a kill back. But that is actually an outstanding 4-for-2 trade.
Amazing rotation.
4-for-1 trade. That was
4-for-1 trade in total. Yeah.
By Murray State. I see what you're talking about now, about the positioning, where as soon as the big fight broke down, everybody was just immediately all teleports towards the bot lane.
And notice what else they're going to get because of that positioning.
Exactly. They're taking the objective. Dragons this season, even though they were nerfed, are still the most important thing.
And that is the hardest dragon for first dragon because Cloud Drake has higher attack speed than any other Drake.
Really? I did not know that.
Since you're low level, you take a lot more damage from it.
That was beautifully well coordinated on Murray State's part. Looking at the score, Gnar got 2 kills off of that, which has, I would believe, caught him back up from that first blood. Zach's 101 to Orianna. His 003. It looks like Skra may have overstayed a little bit. We got the ult coming down, and it looks like, unfortunately... Oh, wait, Leona hit by that trap, and...
Senna going hard in that bot lane. Count it! That's a kill for Skra.
Just to kill the Senna. I don't believe it. Now they have the issue of Jinx getting fed. This will be Skra's first back, by the way, and he buys an Infinity Edge. 3,200 gold as his first back.
As his first item after
and that is an extraordinary amount of damage. Gives 80 attack damage as well as
80 attack damage plus
25% crit, and it will do an additional 25% damage on crit. And all Senna has is Mana Immune, which does not give damage. Oh, it does give damage.
A little attack damage.
But almost no damage.
And then the Dorn's Blade, yeah.
Basically a third of the damage that Skra has now.
Right.
And this is going to be starting to look like it's going to be a rough one for Hyperwolves to try and come back from.
It's a bit early to make that claim, but as long as Murray State keeps making these good positional plays.
Exactly. If Murray State doesn't change what they're doing, and it looks like they're doing it again where they know they win, so why not just go ahead and, you know, take shots where shots can be taken.
Here's bad positioning from them now because the Jarvan is able to come down and rotate.
And it looks like that was a really nice Braum hit, by the way, just enough to make Jarvan not want to try and engage on them anymore.
He must not have noticed that there was a ward in the river near there. Murray State responding very well, looking at the mini-map, paying attention. A lot of people don't realize how important it is to train yourself to constantly be flicking your eyes down to look at that mini-map. You know, if you can get in the habit of every 5 seconds, boom, look at the mini-map, boom, look at the mini-map, boom. That helps your positioning, your whole planning method for ganks and how you want to fight the towers and things like that.
And it looks like Gnar is strong enough to feel like he can actually take on the Ornn. Ornn agrees, backing out. An interesting decision from Ornn here, Catalyst of Eons, that only builds into 2 items into League of Legends. Adaptive Helm, which gives you magic resist. The fight going on, that was a beautiful stun by Ornn, cancels him out of his dash. Ornn ult coming in, Gnar flashes out of it. He just has to move until that proc's there. Easy Fox coming in for that beautiful gank. That was an outstanding fade, and he does miss it, but he still got his ult, knocking Ornn up, and Gnar does get the kill. Jarvan looking to respond because he knows Ornn is now in that top lane. Beautiful Braum ult coming in. He's got that jump, that Jarvan ult coming on to Skra. Skra looks like he can actually kill him because of that outstanding stun by Braum. Skra staying back doing what Jinx does. He doesn't need to get in. He just needs to kill. He's got the double kill, and Senna flashes away.
Senna flash.
As the Orianna comes down, we got Cass there too with that double ultimate, and it looks like maybe Cass is going to pick up a double kill here, and I think Skra will be dead. And Orianna versus Cass, I think Orianna playing it extraordinarily well.
Orianna with the double kill.
Giving Murray State a 2-for-2, it looks like.
They're up 10-4 total.
3-for-2. Leona died early on.
Yep.
And they are up 10-4.
6-kill lead. That gives them almost 3,000 gold lead, and they're about ready to take first tower. And in 30-ish seconds, plates drop, right? 14-minute
Yes.
mark?
Yep, 14
So
minutes.
that's gold lost by Hybrid Wolves by not being able to take but 1 plate from top lane total.
To Murray's 3 plates, it looks like, in top lane. Also in top lane. It does look like Gnar will get the last one.
3 plates in top, and yeah, that's it. But still, that's more gold, which means more items, which means just more power spikes all around.
And you look at Scraw, he's now 4-1, and he's one-stop shopped his boots, Berserker's Greaves, which give him 35% attack speed.
I do believe so.
Is that right?
Yep.
Good, good. This is like a quiz for me.
Sure.
In addition to movement speed, so he's got that crit coming out. He's got that movement speed coming out, and it looks like Senna is going to be building a lethality item next, which is an interesting decision because lethality tends to fall off late game. So you usually only build lethality when you're ahead in the early game.
I want to see what happens
At 1 in 3, Senna's not ahead in the early game, so I would prefer to see her building something more late game oriented, like an Infinity Edge. Looks like Jarvan pops that Rift Herald top.
Jarvan got the Rift Herald top.
Why is that?
I assume he grabbed that during the big fight down in the bot lane.
That would make
After
sense.
he lost that
Return
fight,
objectives.
Yeah, Zach went up top. They took out, but Murray State's going to get a second dragon, which is arguably a better objective.
It is, especially since it didn't take the tower. So they didn't get any gold off of that. They didn't get any plates because the plates were done. And Gnar going in on the Ornn. Ornn's sticking around to farm. Maybe he's trying to push this under tower. I bet he's going to dash forward if he really wants to engage. Gnar stunning him. That was
Big
beautiful.
Gnar
chasing him down. Can Ornn make it away? And it looks
crits.
like it's just barely going to be able to get out. We got a big tower. We got a big fight under tower. Scraw's going in. It looks like he's... oh my, so much is happening, but it looks like they got the kill on the Senna. That was a beautiful dive right there. Zach can tank because he's got his passive up, so it's not going to be a problem. Braum going back in. Looks like Leona straight to try and make it a kill, and Leona did impressively well under tower for what she could do. Braum does go down to Leona getting a kill. That's okay on the part of Murray State. Braum doesn't need kills. He's got 9 assists, which is incredible. Ornn forced to flash away from the Gnar. There are so many fights happening. That was a beautiful dive by Murray State down in the bot lane now that we're here again.
That's 2 towers taken.
And that's 2 towers in one fell swoop. Murray State is now ahead by almost 5,000 gold.
5,000
which is
gold.
Basically 2 items.
7 kills, 2 drakes. Yeah, basically 2 big items.
16 minutes.
Yeah, at 16 minutes, and they're about to take the mid turret. Now, we do also want to point out that we are technically down a loss right now, so we are already fighting this series with a loss. We are 0-1 right now due to some roster issues. So Murray State's putting in everything they can to make sure that they lock this up in 2 tonight and call it a night. They don't want to have to climb that 3rd match.
Is exactly best of 3, and it looks like...
you know, Ornn's going to take the Jarvan farm.
Yeah.
Jarvan is already down a level against the enemy jungler. That is a new tactic that a lot of junglers are using that I'm kind of surprised Zach isn't utilizing a little bit more, but he is quite busy. Power farm the enemy jungle. If you can take all of your camps and then steal all theirs, or just steal all theirs and don't touch yours. The idea being, yours don't level up if they don't die, so they're worthless to the enemy jungler.
Okay. That's a 10,000 IQ play, as we call it in the big leagues.
Yeah, I've been studying a bit, you know.
He knows his stuff.
There are wonderful streamers out there like King Sticks, Peckinwolf, Huzzy Games, explaining all these higher level strategies. Simple level strategy is you farm your jungle, don't let them farm their jungle. Either make their laners take the camps, which is kind of what just happened from Hybrid Wolves, or you take their camps. We saw the lane swap.
It looks like Ornn's going in on Gnar. I'm not sure why Ornn keeps engaging like this, because it's not going particularly well for him. Maybe he's just trying to poke him down a little, and then they can set something up to try and kill the Gnar.
Forge Fire Cape, which is the upgraded Sunfire Cape.
That is correct, yep.
He's got magic resist. Is Gnar... I'm not 100% on AD AP that well yet. Is Gnar even AP?
I don't believe so.
I assumed he was AD because he's a big rally monster that throws rocks.
You build Black Cleaver, which gives you 400 health and 40 AD, and it looks like
going in hard.
Going in, trying to keep the Jarvan away. That beautiful ult stun right there. Jarvan's trying to get out. Leona coming in to try and take Skra out of the fight. Leona goes in, trying to desperately to save her Jarvan. Will she be able to do it? Leona does go down to Skra. Senna coming in, trying to put out some damage. Unfortunately, with just one serrated Dirk, Senna does not have enough damage to really be able to do anything. She's got to stack up her mana immune. Very difficult item to pronounce.
Yeah.
And looks like Cass is getting pretty confident against Blackwing. I think if Blackwing misses his ult, Cass is able to 1v1 him. Looks like we got another fight under tower. They do take out the tower so that they're able to go in pretty deep, and it looks like they might be setting up for a tower dive. Or Braum is pretty damaged, so they're forced to back out, and it looks like Easy Fox is counter jungling just like you wanted him to. The flag and drag does not go through, and they do get that jungle, and they are now going to be pressuring that mid tower. Ord forced to back out. Easy Fox going in with that perfect cutoff. Beautiful Gnar stun coming in.
Oh,
and
the rocket missed.
Will this be the... Oh, the rocket did miss. Easy Fox does take out, is now on a rampage. Leona is going to go down to Skra, who gets that movement speed boost, and he is out of there. Cass does survive, but she is the only one of her clan to do so. And because there are no minions right there, Murray State is just like, well, what the heck? Let's go for the bot tower. And as a group, they're rotating. And
that was an extremely risky play from Murray State. They ignored the turret completely. They just said, no, no, no. Team fight, team fight, team fight.
Yep.
And they showed exactly what they can do with that team fight. Now, they do have to be mindful. There is a dragon coming up in 16 seconds. They've got to go back, get positioning. Beautiful movement here by Blackwing. He's not going to go back. He's going to try to steal his jungle, but he needs to watch out. He's really overextended, and he has no backup. Jarvan is going to collapse on him and then take that blue back. He gets it. He's walking.
Like
he's going the right way. He's walking around. Uh-oh. What do we see happening here? Is Jarvan going to dive the Orianna?
I don't think they know he's there. Looks
they're
like
about
they're
to.
Be farming up a little bit. So Blackwing went back. He may miss a dragon fight if they take it right now, but if they don't know he went back, then it might be okay.
Murray State does not need to start this dragon. They just need to position.
They're so far ahead.
Yep, they just need to be aggressively positioning.
They know they win this fight.
Right.
And if you look, mid lane might be pushing, but Ornn's there now, so he's going to push it back the other way. Set the wave to push.
They don't need wards. They've got their Seekers out. They know the Hyper was... Gnar is starting to fight
fighting the Ornn. That was really good by Gnar. If they can take the Ornn out in this fight, then it'll be a 5v4, and it does look like the Ornn, unless he can get out, is going to go down. He's forced to flash. He dashes away, and he's effectively out of this fight. Skra at 7-1 will actually just be able to delete this fight. Leona again going for Skra to try and take him out. They jump on top of him. Jarvan does take him. Skra is
they don't even have enough HP.
For that double kill, for that triple kill on Skra. Oh, baby.
Easy Fox, easy clap, exactly. Skra, so much damage. The Jarvan dove in. The Leona dove in. And he just said, auto tech.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I've fed Jinx.
Did you guys forget I had Infinity Edge? Did you guys forget I have Storm Razor? Did you guys forget I had Berserker Greaves? Did you guys forget I had Cloak of Agility? He has 100% crit at this point. Guaranteed. And his crit stacks are doing 225% more damage. If he doesn't have 100%, you might as well say it's 100%. And every time he gets a kill, it's that much faster. It's that much faster. And it's that much more movement speed.
He tanked 2 ultimates, Jarvan ultimate and Leona ultimate, as well as, who else went in on him? Was it Cassiopeia?
I think that was it. I was actually really concerned there in that fight because
I thought he was going to go down.
Gnar wasn't there, Orianna wasn't there, and they took that to go, all right, we've got 2 on our Ornn, let's go for the dragon play.
Yep.
But Easy Fox was like, Zac time, jumps in, locks him down, gets him airborne. They go on the Jinx, which is exactly what they needed to do, but they just weren't able to take her down.
Seeing this game versus the first game is a world of difference because they've coordinated their team fights so well. Zac goes in, tanks a little bit of damage, and then he ults.
Right. Oh, yeah, and they got the Baron, by the way.
Oh, they did get the Baron. Yes, that also happened. It was uncontested, so I didn't think to cast it.
Yeah, it was completely uncontested. The Baron buff gives them health bonus, defense bonus, damage bonus,
and empowered minions.
And empowered minions for a time limit. And if they die, they do lose that bonus. They're just going in on Leona. Poor Leona
chunking
here.
most of her health. This
just
Leona's
a giant tank,
game.
But Skra is able to eat through
with that incredible. And he just finished Runan's Hurricane, which will not only give him more damage,
triple attack essentially,
but it now gives him 3 shots. for every one auto.
Yep. So
And,
if there are more than one opponent in his way, he'll just hit all of them this time.
That is correct.
Instead of having to pick and choose.
Which is a really good. Yeah. Now, why pick your favorite?
Yeah.
When you can hit all of them.
Por que los dos? Or Trice.
Why not both? Por que los tres? So, I really like the decision of the Runin's Hurricane next because Leona, Jarvan, and Ornn all have to go in. So that's 3 targets going in.
Right.
So you build that, and then you hit all 3 of them at once. So it looks like they're going to try and engage. I guess they're trying to see if they can even out this fight. We do get the flash off of Skra. Ornn ult coming in. They're going to aim for Skra. I guarantee their only objective in life is to take out Skra. It looks like Skra might go down.
We gotta go back.
Is he
Skr's still alive. He just gets
He
the
survives.
the
Look
cooldown.
at that healing
That's
with
2
the
down.
2 down. And they are going back in. Skra's ready to fight. Cass desperately trying to get some damage off, even though she does so much, it's just not enough. Outstanding Orianna ultimate there in the end, and we got the ace from Skra.
Easy Fox even gets out
Going
after diving in under turret.
And 1.
This is
my
insanity. You might as well call this GG. It's not over yet, but they are tearing through these inhibitors, these Nexus turrets. There's nothing left to do but end it. We've got a teleport coming in.
Just for the lulz.
Just for the lulz. A little bit of BM, but nothing too horrible.
But yeah, I don't think that'll get him disqualified.
26-7. We had more kills than there were minutes in this match. 26 kills in 24 minutes.
We averaged a kill a minute.
We averaged more than a kill a minute.
I love
1.15 kills a minute, I guess. Something like to that.
Do you remember what we said about my math skills at the beginning?
Yeah, no, dude, mine are awful too. Mine are awful too. So, yeah, that was match 1 going to Murray State University. Let's check out the damage.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's kind of expected.
That is correct.
A little surprising.
I didn't. I guess it's just because they fought so much in the top lane.
Sure.
That
they did.
While he did a lot of damage, it was just Ornn getting low, then healing, then getting low, then healing, and just as Ornn does.
So now the series is tied up 1-1.